This is not just any other matchup. Both teams come in ranked in the top 10, colliding early in the season, each trying to set the tone with a big statement. As we'll see a team coming off a crucial bye week, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on the 10th-ranked team, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined here in the booth by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get to the action on the field. The Canes will kick it away to start us off. Returner trying to create good field position. Coverage team brings down the returner. The Tigers offense will start in a bad spot here thanks to that return. And here comes the tight end who's having such a great season. Kirk, you talk to opponents and they always use the same phrase, matchup nightmare, this guy.
Well, what stands out to me with this guy is it's not very often, you're right, the defensive coordinators are most concerned about a tight end. But in this case, that is exactly what we're dealing with. This guy can hurt you in so many different ways.
And they'll run it out of the shotgun. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Well, that was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time, the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
Stopped out at the 39, but good enough for a first down.
Chris, is it possible to be DBU and wide receiver U at the same time? I think the LSU fans think it's possible. They always seem to have great defensive backs, and they always have pass catchers that just show up and show out week after week, year after year.
Takes the ball, tries the right side here. The gain is 3. Now it's 2nd down and 7.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Again, thrown out of the RPO, and it's complete. And the stop is made, but not before a huge gain moves the ball to the 32.
Well, it's great to see this quarterback from LSU make that throw and put it right on the money to pick up that first down. And I think that's the big thing that LSU fans want to see is consistency from the quarterback position. There have been moments where you've seen that. There have been other moments where they've been asking for more out of their quarterback. So you had the Burrow moment in 29.
Makes it across the goal line. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. Game-breaking speed for the running back to reach the end zone. That is just priceless for an offense.
Chris, that back was able to find that crease in the defense. Let's give credit to the big fellas up front for creating that crease. They all played a key role in that score.
BAT is good. They jump in front, 7-0. Getting set to kick the ball off now. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. So Miami's offense makes their way onto the field for their first possession. More of this game within the game, Kirk. You got the quarterback and the corner, 2 of the better guys in the country at their position, very aware of each other.
And on the other side, you got a quarterback that has an attitude of he doesn't care. He's confident in his ability to shift and move the defense at will. It's going to be a great matchup.
Finds room at the 30. Tackle made after a big gain.
How about setting the edge there on the right side of that offensive line? I wouldn't be surprised if they keep going back to the well, pounding it behind that right guard and right tackle and tight end, seeing what additional damage they can do.
Listen to the crowd energy here in the early going. This is a tough environment for visitors. And he'll head out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for a first down. The Hurricanes come to the line to set a fresh set of downs. He'll hand it off. The sophomore with a strong tackle there.
Hey, it's a great job of this defense containing the running game. If I'm calling the plays, I'm not abandoning the running game just yet. I think it's important to have some sense of balance. So throwing and running is essential. Stick with it.
Defense stops him, but that's a solid game. The Canes come to the line in the hurry up. Takes the handoff and tests the left side. Finding space at the 20. And he'll make it in for the score. Touchdown, Miami. He just breaks away and takes it to the house from distance. That's an elite running back type of play.
You know, when he got out into the open field, I didn't know if he had the speed to take that thing all the way to the house, but he does. That's next level speed.
Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. He'll take the return and try to get some better field position. The coverage team able to bring him down. And here comes that LSU offense back onto the field. They were clicking last time. Great protection. The pitch and catch was solid. Right down for a touchdown. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. And the defense able to hold him there to a short gain. Offense getting set up. Here's second down. Oh, a reverse. And the broken tackle there produces a solid gain.
I'm a fan of any time you can get the ball into his hands. I think it's a win. Didn't go for a huge amount of yards, but it's the threat of what it potentially can do, and it gives him another opportunity to get his hands on the football.
They make the stop just short of the marker. It's going to be fourth down and inches. And they'll kick it away here. Trying to return the punt for some extra yardage. And the returner is brought down. And the Hurricanes offense retakes the field. On that last touchdown drive, they just pounded away with the ground game. Let's see if that formula works again. Nowhere to run. They'll corral him for no gain. Offense getting set. Second down play here. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. They make the tackle there, but a penalty marker is on the field. Let's see what that's about. Holding penalties can be the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it stalls this one. Now it's second down here. Fakes the handoff here, looking to throw it. Trying to create outside the pocket now. That one sails incomplete. Threw it too far.
Well, sometimes an answer for an offensive coordinator against a good pass rush is to move the launching point. Move the quarterback from one spot to another to affect the rhythm of the pass rush. That's not having any kind of impact at all on this defense. They're getting after this quarterback no matter where he is.
He's going for a big play downfield. And it's caught. Touchdown for the U.
What a combination. This quarterback and this receiver. What I love here is the quarterback does a good job of not waiting too long. You're going to run out of room if you do. Got the ball out early enough, gave the receiver a chance to not only make the catch, but to get his feet down for that touchdown.
Fields it just outside the goal line. The big that's good coverage there. And that Bayou Bengals offense is back out on the field. This group is coming off a quick 3 and out. Can they put something together in this drive? First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. They trap him and sack him back at the 10.
Well, this sack is on the quarterback, in my opinion. Anytime you call a screen, you've got to be aware that that pass rush is coming in. Bait them towards you and go over top. This time, he's unaware of how quickly they're going to come in.
We'll see if they can overcome the sack. Second and very long. And the quarterback drops back looking for an open man. That's reeled in. It's Patchett. And they bring him down after a solid gain, but it's still well short of the first down marker.
I think it's important to kind of let your quarterback get into a rhythm early in the game. Sure, you'd love to see the big gains, but plays like this allow the quarterback to get settled into the game, find his his rhythm, and then he can make the bigger plays later on.
Quarterback gets down to avoid the big hit.
Well, the quarterback knew the one thing he can't do here is take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. Now, he didn't pick up the first down, but he gave him a shot. I think he'll get some love from his guys for that effort.
Oh, he's got a crease here. Look out. And the speedy returner, a big gain on that one. Coverage team barely able to stop it. And the Miami offense is back on the field. Great possession last time. They punched it into the end zone. Can the defense come up with a stop this time? Refusing to be brought down before gaining first down yardage.
I love how this quarterback is finding this slot receiver. Not only is he tough to handle, but it's what he's doing after the catch. He has such wiggle and quickness. He's tough to bring down, and you see more positive yards after the catch here.
The game moves the football to the 6-yard line. It'll be first down and goal. The Hurricanes looking to cap the drive here. It's first and goal. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. Cannot escape it. Down he goes. After the big loss on first down, it's second and goal. Backed up. Quarterback drops back. On the run here. Lets it go. Pass is going to be incomplete. He was really lucky to avoid the pick there. Offense moving backwards here, a long way from the goal line now. Now in third and very long, looking to throw. Makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Canes.
Well, that's a thing of beauty right there. Good job all around. Offensive line gave the quarterback enough time. Quarterback puts it right on the money. And with this receiver running a route like this, makes it pretty simple. All you have to do is get his head turned around, catch that football. He's already in the end zone for the touchdown.
And they tack on the extra point. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. And it's fielded. Returner trying to create a big play here. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. Okay, so here comes the LSU offense back on the field. Last time was a quick 3 and out. Can they get a drive going this time? Offense will keep it on the ground here. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
They're going to run it here. He shreds the tackle. Game moves the ball out past the 25-yard line.
Well, I feel like they called that knowing chances are they're not going to hit a home run, but look at this. Put themselves in a perfect third down situation. It's much more manageable. Now we'll see if they can convert.
Football knocked loose in the backfield. No turnover. Offense recovers the fumble. So after taking a closer look, the officials are going to overturn that previous ruling on the field. They bring the punter onto the field now.
In punt formation to kick it away.
The coverage team makes the stop on this return. And here comes the Miami offense back out onto the field. They reached the end zone the last time out, trying to do the same thing here. Handoff running right. Some hard running there through a tackle. And he's tackled right at the 40-yard line.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. He'll hand it off. Tackle made after just a short gain.
Tackle is made near the 48-yard line. Brings up second down.
And some big plays through the air have been a big part of the story so far. These receivers have shown up today. As we flip the field and begin quarter number 2, we'll see if they can continue to build this lead. Here we go. First play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a second down play. Receiver in motion now. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. They make the tackle, but that's an excellent gain. Moves the ball to the 33.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
And he'll loft it to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Hurricanes.
Touchdown, Miami.
Now they line up to kick the extra point. And the kick is up and good. They tack on a point to their lead. Now the kickoff team is out on the field.
Makes the score Miami 28, LSU 7.
So it'll be a touchback. Ball spotted at the 25. And here comes that LSU offense back onto the field. They're coming off a quick 3 and out, so looking to put something together on this drive with a little more urgency. In the first play of the drive now from the 25. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. A short completion of the tight end. He's brought down quickly. A short gain gets them a few yards closer to the marker. Pass complete. It's second down now. And now the handoff. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. The offense now facing a 3rd and long from the 26. Got to avoid a mistake here. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Here's a screen pass to the running back. Breaks one tackle, gets brought down, but picks up some decent yardage.
Screen plays are risky because the defense can get to the quarterback, and it also can be covered. Many times, the quarterback just throws it away. Here, they get some positive yards.
Fair catch made at the 20. And the Hurricanes offense retakes the field. They take the field with serious momentum. They have been tough to stop so far, and they keep it going. Keeping it on the ground here. We're gaining some breathing room now. Tackled at the 26.
Chris, that's another good run for him. He's had such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. Screen to the receiver in the flat. They wrap him up after the completion, just short of the first down marker. The Canes hustle to the line to run the hurry up. They're going to throw for it on 3rd and short. Snags the quick throw. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Most defensive coordinators focus a lot of their energy on how their unit performs on 3rd down and in the red zone. They give up a couple more 3rd down conversions like that, and they're in for a very unpleasant film session on Monday.
He's hit right as he throws it. Incomplete.
We finally see a change-up from this defense. It has been a long game for this defensive coordinator. A lot of touchdown passes. They finally find a way to affect the timing between the quarterback and his receivers by getting pressure.
Critical 3rd down play for this offense right here. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. A pop pass on the jet sweep. Oh, look at the quick cut. They get him at the 42. Good enough for a first down.
A nice little simple touch pass here by the quarterback, getting the ball out to the receiver who's in motion. Look, that doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down, and no offense is ever going to say no to moving the chains.
Here's the handoff. Gets some space around the 30. They stop him at the 23. This offense is getting close to the red zone.
Boy, this back is running very well today and living up to so many great backs that they've had over the years at Miami. Edgerrin James and Frank Gore and Willis McGahee and Clinton Portis. All those guys won a lot of games and ran the ball well. Right now, they got to be loving what they're seeing from this back.
They look to throw it here on second down. Looking to scramble. Makes the catch. Can he get in? Receiver steps out just short of the goal line. The Canes will line up here on 1st down and goal. Here's the snap, and he's looking to throw. Launching one to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Miami.
Touchdown, Miami. Number 14.
Extra point try coming now.
The kicker on for the
The extra point is good, and they stretch the lead a little bit more.
is good.
Now they get set to kick it away.
That makes the score Miami 35, LSU 7.
So no return here. He takes it in the end zone, and they'll begin the drive at the 25. And that Bayou Bengals offense is back out on the field. They're coming off a 3-and-out, looking to produce a positive drive here. Looking to throw it on first down. Trying to extend the play. He's going to take off here.
He's back at the 26. Brings up second down.
Here's the second down play. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. And the run moves the ball up to the 33.
When you can get good chunks of yardage like this on early downs, it just keeps you on schedule, leading to more manageable third down situations. Never underestimate the value of consistently getting 4 or more yards a pop like that.
Running play called on third and short. He stopped, but he gets a first down.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
First down. Looking to throw the football. It's a quick grab. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion.
Man-to-man coverage, you run the drag route, you prefer to get the ball downfield, but the matchup called for at least some positive yards underneath, and he makes a nice throw.
Tackle up near midfield at the 48.
Chris, it's the consistency of this pack is giving this defense fits. They've got to come up with some changes up front. This guy's already over 50 yards, and if he keeps running the way he is, not only is he having a great day, but it's going to give this quarterback a chance to hit some big plays downfield off play action.
They've punted 4 times already, on the verge of a 5th, but they can't convert this third down. Good enough for first down yardage.
Well, that's mano-a-mano right there. Offensive line knowing exactly their assignment, getting a hat on a hat, and that back threw just exactly where he needed to go to extend this drive. That's a first down.
This LSU offense is moving quickly down the field. Makes a quick catch. And he'll get the first down yards before they finally bring him down.
Well, the defense didn't have any time at all to get pressure on a quarterback. He gets the ball out of his hands pretty quickly on the hitch to the receiver.
Grab behind the line. It's Hatchett.
Love the timing here between the quarterback and his receiver. Pick up some positive yards, and I continue to be impressed with just the chemistry between these two.
Offense sets up for play number 8 on this drive. There's the handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Boy, this defense is strong up front. Linebackers are flying downhill, able to make plays against this run game. Now they get this offense to another third down. Now you pressure that quarterback and try to build on the lead.
Third down, out of the shotgun. Scrambling, now he'll make the throw. Finds a man to the left, big catch downfield. Touchdown, Tigers. This quarterback on fire today. PAT is good. They cut into the lead. It's 35-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away.
Miami, 35, LSU, 14.
They're returning from inside the 10-yard line. They'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And the Miami offense is back on the field. The last drive, the passing game, very effective. Moved them right down the field. Can the defense make adjustments? They've got him, but he picks up 8 yards. Sets up a nice 2nd and 2. The Hurricanes come up to the line in the hurry up. Quarterback will throw it off the run-pass option. Ball carrier heads out of bounds, but the pickup is good enough to move the chains. First down. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Here's the throw deep downfield. Incomplete. They cannot connect on the deep ball. Second down play coming up for this offense. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. He's good as he throws it. It's incomplete. He took a hit as he threw the football, and it brings up a third down. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. He's escaping the pocket now. Quarterback. The ball is loose. The defense recovers the fumble. Breaks into the clear. It's a sprint.
Well, as a quarterback who scrambles, you pick up such good yards, but you have to get down and protect the football. And
second, there's a timeout on the field. The coach wants the officials to take another look at that one. Thinks he might get an overturn. Not the news the coach was hoping to hear. He took a chance calling a timeout to get the replay. We'll see if that proves to be crucial. Okay, so here comes the LSU offense back on the field. They're in a hole here before they have a chance to regroup at halftime. Let's see if they can cut into this big lead. And he dumps it off to the tight end.
boy, that's pretty good coverage here by this defense. Not much of a window to throw this ball into, but the quarterback's accuracy and the size of the tight end picks up a nice game.
And he just throws that one away. Took a big shot, but avoids the sack. So now it's 3rd and short from the 23. Potential 4-down territory. Let's see what the 3rd down call is. Play action fake. Looking to throw. This time it's complete. Take it now, but not before he makes the 1st down. LSU has moved into the red zone. First down, looking to throw the ball. Caught quickly. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play. The timeout is called to talk strategy. Close game here as we approach halftime. 2nd down after that previous play. From the shotgun, drops back. Quarterback escapes the pocket and takes off. Offense stops the clock with their 2nd timeout to talk strategy.
Well, I thought the defense had him here, Chris. He should be down in the backfield, but instead he gets out of the pressure and actually picks up some positive yards.
Offense gets set up here. It's 3rd down. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. Receiver makes the catch. They make the stop just short of the first. Looks like inches to go, and now 4th down. And now the offense will call a timeout. Something the coach didn't like about this. Crucial play coming up. So on 4th down, the decision is to trot out the field goal team. This will be a chip shot from 25 yards out. Knocks that one right down the middle.
Chris, they get the 3 points, but looking back at it, 4th inches. Pretty conservative call there. I really thought they would have gone for it.
Return here from inside the 15-yard line. They'll be tackled at the 27. That's where the drive will start. So the offense looking to be efficient here. Not much time remaining before the end of the half. And looking to throw now on 1st down. And looking for a big play here. And it's incomplete with just 1 second remaining on the clock. This will likely be the last play of the half. Quarterback making adjustments now to what the defense is showing. Look at this. He'll go deep again. And it's incomplete. Trying for a big play there as time runs out in the 1st half. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update.
Guys, who's got a better seat there in Death Valley than you? A captivating game so far. And you know, in a day where the spread option and air raid are the offenses of choice, how nice is it to see the 3 yards and a cloud of dust approach? Although we've also seen some runs go for a lot longer. Physical offensive lines coupled with great backs is like a throwback to the olden days, and that's refreshing. For now, let's get back to the guys in the booth to start up this second half.
All right, thank you for the update, Kevin. Appreciate it. And they'll kick it off to begin the second half. And he'll bring it out from inside the 10. And he stopped at the 20. Tried to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. Here comes the Miami offense back out onto the field. Off the play fake on first down. He's moving out of the pocket. Throws a bullet to the right. Catch made wide open way downfield. They get him down, but that was the kind of explosive chunk play this offense has been looking for. And now from the pistol formation. On first and 10, they'll look to throw it. It's a screen pass complete to the running back. And he's shoved out of bounds with the defense short of the first down marker.
You can see what the offense is trying to do here with this screenplay, but they avoid disaster by at least getting a few positive yards. The defense doing a great job of anticipating the screen here.
Able to fight for a decent gain here in that running play.
I know this defense worked very hard at halftime to come up with answers on how to try to slow down this running back after the big first half. And he's already at it again.
And they'll stop him just short of the marker. Good effort, but the defense holds. Now it's fourth down. They're going to run it. Tackle made at the 26. Good enough for a first down. And the Canes will come to the line to crank up the tempo.
Well, these are the kind of situations you practice every week. You got to be able to get a yard. And the offensive line was able to give them just enough push to convert here on the ground. Clearly, they've done this drill before countless times, and it shows.
Second down play coming up. Quarterback appears to be changing the play. Now they'll switch it up, looking to throw the ball here. Here's a shot toward the end zone. Touchdown for the U. And this one is getting ugly. That's another passing strike from this quarterback. He is having himself a tremendous ball game.
Boy, this guy just can't miss. Every single time he throws, it seems like he's coming up with another touchdown. The receivers are running good routes. He has enough time to throw. And, man, this poor defense, they might want to think about changing up coverage because right now it is not working.
And he'll just take a knee. Drive will start at the 25-yard line. And here comes that LSU offense back onto the field. Kept out of the end zone last time. Had to settle for a short field goal. Can they improve upon that here? Opening play of the drive. Quick throw to the left. They'll actually lose yardage after the catch. The defense all over in that time. After a first down loss, it's second and long from the 23. Thrown quickly, caught in the right flat. And the defense swarms, not much of a gain on that completion.
Well, anytime an offensive coordinator calls a wide receiver screen, he's trying to get offensive linemen out in front of the receiver to create a wall so that receiver can pick a lane to run through. How about the defense here, though? That's called team pursuit, the swarming to the football. They didn't give him any lanes, so not much yards downfield for the receiver.
And on fourth down, the punter sends it away. He's got some daylight turning on the speed. And the returner brought down by the coverage team. And the Hurricanes offense retakes the field. The last possession was a passing game clinic. They moved it right down for a touchdown. Can they keep it going? That's a big game before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a first down. First down here for this offense. And he'll set up to throw. That's incomplete. Even on a first down pass attempt, he felt heavy pressure. Offense right to the line, playing with tempo now.
Good adjustment here by the defensive coordinator. Let's face it, it's been a tough game so far for this defense. They've given up a ton of yards and touchdowns through the air. This time they figured out a way to affect his timing, and they get the pressure to hit him before he can make another play.
On third down, he drops to throw. And he's going to fling it deep, going for it all here. Sails it way high out of the end zone and incomplete. The Hurricanes looking to crank up the tempo a bit. Quarterback making some changes at the line. Fourth down, he's throwing for it. And he's going to launch it deep again. It's incomplete. The defense makes a big fourth down stop.
This is the chance you take here as an offensive coordinator and a play caller. You go for it here, you draw it up perfectly, you think this is the right play, and then the execution is not there. So the defense catches a break, and they get the ball back to their own offense.
The shotgun handoff here. And he's tackled just short of the midfield line at the 49.
Hat on the hat up front. Good job of opening up the holes. Anytime you get positive yards on first down, that's a win.
Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. Makes a quick grab. Defense makes the stop very close to a first down.
Just a good job here by the quarterback. Got the ball out to his receiver. His guy eats up some yards. They stay ahead of the sticks.
On third and short, they hand the ball off. Tackle made at the 41. That's first down yardage.
Well, that shows you the trust they have in their offensive line in this running game. To get to a third down, just trying to come up with a way to be able to keep this drive alive, keep hope alive that you can come back in this game. You rely on Old Reliable, that offensive line, and they come through for you.
Makes the catch, but the defense breaks in the ball, and it's a short game.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example of a defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big run plays.
They bring him down to the 25. They're moving closer and closer to the red zone. This LSU offense is moving quickly down the field.
It's an excellent throw by the quarterback, finding that window between the zones and delivering the ball on time.
And this one goes nowhere. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Important second down play coming up. They'll try to pick up the yardage on the ground. Tackled after a 3-yard gain, so it sets up a 3rd and 7. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. Off play action, he's looking to throw, and he'll loft it to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, LSU. That's a crucial score. Let's see if they can build momentum and complete this comeback.
Well, I know they're still trailing, but that score is a great first step in trying to break down this lead. You don't want to leave it all to the fourth quarter when the pressure really intensifies and you have limited time.
Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. Return begins inside the 10. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. Miami offense is back on the field. The last time they went forward on fourth down, didn't get it, and it ended up costing them 6 points. And they bounce back here. Short throw to the back, an easy completion. Tackle is made. It's a short gain, well short of the marker. Looking to pass here on second down. He's running out of time here. And it's intercepted. Beautiful timing there. And he'll be taken down, but after a good return.
What a play by the defense. Really, the only way they can get back into this game is to create a turnover. They get an interception, and they're in business.
Okay, so here comes the offense back on the field again. On first down, it's play action. Got him for a sack. A big play made by one of the senior leaders of this defense.
Just a great job here by this linebacker to be able to come up with that sack there on the blitz. A big play for this defense. And, man, Chris, you think about the linebacker play at the University of Miami over the years, it starts with Ray Lewis, and it could end with him, to be honest, but the list just keeps going. Michael Barrow, Jonathan Vilma, and Dan Morgan. You go on and on and on, and this guy right now is trying to live up to that standard.
You don't want to waste this good field position, but it's third down and long. Dropping back, they're going to throw for the first down. Incomplete. He was hit as he threw the football there on third down. So the decision is to not go for it, but settle for 3. Here comes the field goal team. And the field goal is good.
Well, Chris, it's a nice kick here to polish off that drive with at least 3 points up on the board.
So after coming away with 3 in that drive, the kickoff team is out. They're returning from inside the 10-yard line. To be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And here comes the Miami offense back out onto the field. The last possession ended in an interception. Let's see if they continue to trust this quarterback. They'll take a deep shot. Intercepted, picked off by the defense. Going the other way, can they stop it? Follows the pick with a nice return before finally being brought down. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. Handoff here from the shotgun. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Chris, that play just didn't have much of a chance at all from the snap. Quarterback hands this off and just nowhere to go. It's almost like the defense was anticipating the play call, and they put themselves in a position to come up with a nice tackle for a loss.
They'll feed the back again. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, the back just had nowhere to go. How about the defensive line? They eat up all the blocks up front, freeing those linebackers up to be able to make the play. Just a bad play all around for this offense.
Quarterback delivers complete to the right side. Defense able to stop him. It's 4th down now. Punt team ready to boot it away. Forced to kick it away for the 6th time. See if he can make a play on this return. And the returner will be brought down. And the Hurricanes offense retakes the field. Remember, the last possession ended quickly. An interception on the first play. Let's see if they can do better here. He'll take a deep shot here. Catch made down inside the 20. Touchdown, Canes. Stretching the lead. This one is getting ugly. How important was that touchdown, Kirk? It's now a 2-possession game here in the second half.
It's a great job with this offense with their execution and having situational awareness here in the second half. They now have, as you said, Chris, this 2-possession lead. They got a great chance to finish it off and get a win.
And he'll lead the kickoff right there. We'll start from the 25. And that Bayou Bengals offense is back out on the field. They were held to a quick 3-and-out last time, looking to put together a positive drive here. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Short connection to the tight end here. They bring him down, but the drive has now reached the 35.
Well, this is called settling down in his own defense, just kind of finding that soft spot. So not only does this tight end show that he's got great athletic ability and great size, here he shows that he understands coverage by sitting down in that hole, giving the quarterback a nice target, able to pick up that first down.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. Short pass finds the tight end. Big man finally brought down by the cornerback. That was a tough assignment. Third down. This offense could really use a conversion here, down multiple scores. Can he make it to the marker? They make the stop just short of the marker. It's going to be 4th down and inches to go. And the punt team makes its way onto the field. And the fair catch signaled for and taken. quarterback's got it on a counter. Ball carrier brought down what is the final play of this third quarter. And so far, we have been treated to a serious quarterback duel. Both these guys putting on a show so far. So one final quarter to play. It's going to take a lot to turn this game around, but strange things do happen in college football. Offense getting set. It's second down. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. Moves the ball to the 25. Good enough for a first down.
What a shock, right? I mean, this guy once again gets his hands on the football, and great things seems to happen. He's over 120 yards on the day, and it's really been a combination of his vision and speed along with really dominant offensive line play.
The Canes starting a new series here on 1st and 10. They'll switch it up here, looking to throw. And he's going to stretch the defense, taking a deep shot here. And he is wide open for a huge gain. Touchdown, Hurricanes. And the route is on.
Chris, that's his second touchdown of the day. You talk about getting off to a great start. They have more in it.
And the point after is good. Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. Returner choosing to field this one. And the coverage team pens him in and brings him down. Okay, so here comes the LSU offense back on the field. They were forced to punt last time. Can they get this offense going finally? Get some points out of this possession. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Quarterback finds an open target on the left side. They bring him down quickly. A short pitch and catch to get a little bit closer to the marker. Second down after that completion. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Running back grabs it on a screen. The defense all over it. They stop him right at the line. Offense breaks the huddle and gets set. It's third down. Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. Snags a good throw. Solid gain there. Moves the ball out to the 32. The guys up front line up. It's first down. They snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. And a sophomore making an impact play.
Well, that takes the wind right out of your sails. This offense is trying to find a way to get back into this game, and another pressure and a sack against their quarterback.
After a first down loss, it's second and long from the 23. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. Tackle finally made. That's a very solid gain, but not close to first down yardage. Offense needing to keep this drive alive. It's a third down play. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. He's moving out of the pocket. He'll avoid the big hit with the slide.
Well, they did a good job of getting pressure on the quarterback, but man, make the play, bring him down. Instead, they give up positive yards here on the scramble.
On first and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. The freshman's able to get home with a sack.
Chris, I'm really surprised by the way this game has turned out. That's another sack by this defense. They've done such a great job of preparing a plan to get ready for one of the top quarterbacks in the country. They've kept him out of sync. A applied pressure, and a big part of the reason.
Oh, that one's picked off. Look out, he's got some space. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Miami. Wow, what a play, a defensive score.
Miami. Number 0. With the defense.
Now the important point after attempt.
The kicker on for the extra point.
And the kick is up and good. They tack on a point to their lead. Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back.
LSU 27.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And here comes that LSU offense back onto the field. It'll be interesting to see if this quarterback can bounce back through a pick 6 in the last possession. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Finds an open target on the left side. They get him down quickly. Not much of a gain on that completion. Pass caught. Second down now. And the quarterback dropping back. It's a quick grab. Moves the ball out across the 30. That's good for a first down.
Boy, nice drag route here, and I thought the patience by the quarterback was the key. Puts it in front of his receiver, gives him a chance to make the catch, and picks up a little bonus. Nice yards after the catch.
Escapes the pocket, but cannot make a play, and they sack him.
And just like that, you squeeze the life out of this offense. That's another sack by this defense. They have been in that backfield the entire game, and a big reason why these guys are enjoying a lead.
The loss sets up a second and long from the 20. Offense looking to throw the ball. It's incomplete. That was caused by the defensive pressure. And now it brings up third down.
I mean, this defense is having their way with this offensive line. That poor quarterback doesn't have a chance. Every time he drops back to throw, he's getting ear-holed. You better make some adjustments up front to give your poor quarterback a chance.
They trap him and sack him back at the 10.
If I'm on this offensive line, I would not want to look at the game film after their performance today. It's almost like they've been moonwalking backwards the entire game, getting pushed all around by this defensive front. Chris, they've already given up 6 sacks alone in this game.
And he's going to head out of bounds, but not before picking up some good yardage on the return. And the Miami offense is back on the field. This group has been clicking. They've really built momentum. Can the defense make adjustments? Come up with a stop here. Quarterback escapes the pocket. He's going to pull it down and run.
Really good job here by this defense of taking away any threat downfield. Once he came to the outside, nowhere to go at the ball, so he has to tuck it and try to pick up a couple yards.
Makes a quick catch. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion.
Boy, they love going to this guy in the slot, don't they? What a mismatch inside. He reels in another one. This guy's automatic.
Quarterback in the shotgun here on third down. Delivers from the pocket, complete over the middle. He'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Well, why not, Chris? Here we are in the fourth quarter. It's third down. This guy's been making plays all game long. Go back to him again, and it works out.
Defense gets him down, but they'll take the gain on that play.
I'll take that every single time. Offensive line does a nice job up front. This back's vision and ability to get positive yards by lowering his pads on full display right there.
So down here in the red zone, every yard tough to find. Here is and he throws his third interception of the day. Not much on the return, but the defense comes up with a takeaway.
That's just a poor decision by the offensive coordinator and the quarterback. Working with the lead, run the football here and work the clock instead. Throws it into coverage. Now they get a chance to get right back in the game.
Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. Picks up the first and is still going. Moves the ball to the 25. Good enough for a first down.
Chris, everybody in the stadium, including this defense, knew they were going to run the football just to get it away from the shadow of their own goal line. What's amazing is they were able to pop a big run like that. And if you're the defensive coordinator, it's got to be one of the most frustrating things. But let's give credit to the offense. They blocked it well and made it out.
They stop him out at the 42. That's a solid gain, getting closer to midfield. It's a 1st and 10 play coming up for the offense. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. Tried to squeeze one in there, but it's incomplete. Offense operating from the pistol. Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. They bring the heat, and the blitz works. They've got it.
This defense has been lights out today. Great job once again applying pressure on this quarterback. This poor quarterback, he doesn't know what he has seen today. Not able to get anything going to be able to try to compete.
Again, he's just trapped and sacked in the pocket.
It is a sack party out there for this defense. Everything going their way. You know that this offense is going to try to throw the football down by such a big margin late in the game. And this defensive line is bringing the heat. They come up with another sack.
And the returner is tackled by this punt coverage team. And here comes the Miami offense back out onto the field. What a satisfying feeling for this team. Just run out the clock and let the celebration begin. Breaks loose at the 40. They stop him at the 47, but that's enough for a 1st down. A running play gives the offense a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Pressure is coming. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Good pass rush there on 1st down. The Canes come to the line to run the hurry up. Off the play fake, looking to throw the football. Quarterback takes off now, looking to scramble. Defense shoves him out of bounds. Not much of a gain there. So the ball at midfield, and now the offense facing a 3rd and long. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. Quarterback moving out of the pocket, trying to create. Using a strong stiff arm. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a 1st down.
Nice job of this defense taking away the primary receiver, even the 2nd and 3rd option. But the quarterback's legs are the difference. They almost kept him short, but instead, he gets that 1st down.
And that pass is hauled in over the middle. What a move, breaking ankles and still going. Tackle made at the 21. This offense in great scoring position now.
Chris, another accurate throw by this quarterback, and this guy has just been on fire all game long. Over 200 yards passing, but more importantly, making great decisions for this offense and put them in a position to win this game.
They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time. The Hurricanes line up with a 1st and goal. Quarterback changing the play now at the line. From the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. He's moving out of the pocket now. Touchdown for the U. And the beatdown continues.
You know, coaches love to see a football team that doesn't get caught up in the scoreboard. They're just out executing and doing what needs to be done. That's what we're seeing from this offense. Yeah, they continue to put points on the board and they're pulling away. I just love to see the execution and how they're going about their business.
Automatic on the PAT. Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. Returner decides to field it. Tackled at the 14. Not very good field position to start here. And that Bayou Bengals offense is back out on the field. At this point, there's not much you can do except play for pride. Here's the first play of the drive now. They're backed up at their own 14. Looking to throw it on 1st down. Oh, they've got him for a sack. A big play made by the junior. And a timeout taken by the defense. 18 seconds left on the clock.
If this team can hold on today and win, this pass rush deserves all the credit in the world. They have gotten after this quarterback so many times. Really, every time the opposing offense does something positive, it feels like a sack just stops any progress.
Here's a fumble way behind the line of scrimmage. Defense falls on the ball. Crucial takeaway.
How about this defense flying in there trying to get their hat on the ball? They do, and they're able to pounce on it for a big turnover.
First down and goal now. Can they punch it in? Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Touchdown, Canes. To stretch the lead, the route is on.
Miami, number 11, in the end zone.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. The extra point is good, and they stretch the lead a little bit more. Getting set to kick the ball off now.
That makes the score Miami 77. LSU 27.
And he's going to bring this out from a couple yards deep in the end zone. Solid coverage there. They get him at the 15. That's where the offense will take over. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. Trying to create here on the move. It's caught downfield. In a big game before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. Fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. And the clock winding down. They'll take a deep shot. And it's picked off. That was a risky pass attempt, and he paid the price. And on that takeaway, the final play of the game. Well, frankly, Kirk, we hope for games that are a little bit more suspenseful. This one got out of hand early, ended up being a rout.
That's putting it nicely, Chris, right? This was a complete blowout. A solid performance in all areas by this team. Their coaches should be proud of how they looked out there today.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
Welcome to Raleigh, North Carolina, and the Wolfpack is gathering and starting to howl in Carter Finley Stadium as they are ready to see NC State go to work. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see, the number 6 team in the country, the Oregon Ducks, taking on a team from the ACC, the NC State Wolfpack. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. NC State with the kickoff team on the field and just about ready to start. On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner will be dragged down. So the Oregon Ducks offense is going to be backed up thanks to that lackluster return. And there he is. When you build a tight end, you'd build one just like this, especially with those reliable mitts, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, he makes big plays in big games. Watch for him on third down in the red zone. He has a chance to leave an impact in this game.
Well, it's so nice to have such a big body that when he's covered, he's open, right? Like, it doesn't matter because he's got great hands and that big frame he can really utilize.
They go to the ground. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down.
And on that run, he shows you his speed, speed, speed. When I think Oregon Duck running backs, LaMichael James, Kenyon Barner, Jonathan Stewart.
He is smashing people. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Was to pass. They're bringing heat. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Fires to the middle. Wide open downfield. He's off to the races. Touchdown, Oregon! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby. That touchdown grabbed the 25th of his career.
Not surprising either. When you've got this guy's ability at that position, quarterbacks are going to be looking for you. 25 touchdown catches, that's an impressive figure.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that have been so big time. Big time moments, clutch plays, makes those contested catches. He's a guy that can do everything, and that's why he's putting up such great stats.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So NC State's offense has its first opportunity of the day. One thing to keep an eye on in this game, when they get a back isolated on a linebacker, who wins that matchup?
The quarterback likes the matchup, but this linebacker, he's different, man. Not only is he a hitter, he's got the athleticism to cover people, too.
Normally you say that's a win for the running back. Running back on linebacker, I win. But this guy is different. Interested to watch this matchup.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Rides to the back. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Goodness, that happened fast. He was in the backfield before the ball was even snapped.
Oh, man, adrenaline pumping, heart beating a little faster there. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
And how about this defense? Your offense goes right down the field, scores on the first drive, and now you come out, get a big sack on 3rd down, and force a punt. You talk about creating momentum early and shutting the home crowd up, mission accomplished.
And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Line gets set, 1st down. Looking looking to move it through the air. Setting up the screen. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Now on second down. He's looking to throw. Makes the grab. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. The Ducks will hustle for the line. To the ground to try to move the chains. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. A field goal try would have been a 51-yarder. They'll opt instead to try to move the chains on fourth down. Complete out of the backfield. And he is run out of bounds as they go backwards there and just avoided the contact. The decision to go for it does not pan out. The offense lining up for a first down play. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Don't you love energetic defenses that fly around, that make things happen? The ones that get in the backfield, the running back tries to go somewhere. Where do you want him to go? There is nowhere to go. Nice job by the defense.
Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. He'll try to take it back. Touchdown, Ducks! How about that D coming up with a play like that?
And stop it. How about back-to-back weeks with pick sixes? This guy is now making plays, not just for his defense. He's scoring points, and I promise you the locker room is a lot of fun. Mr. Pick Six, he's going to get a lot of congratulations and a lot of accolades this week.
And the returner goes down. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. From the gun, the running back looking for room. Stuffed almost in his tracks, but strong enough to pick up one to the 35. Guys, in basketball through the years, we've seen the Big Ten ACC Challenge, and it'll be fun to watch this one on the football field.
I think this is going to be a real test of physicality. I know these are two conferences that pride themselves on that, going out and establishing the line of scrimmage. So, David, interesting X's and O's matchup here in this one.
Yeah, and it's always cool to have those measuring stick opponents. Like, once we start getting deeper in the season and start having the comparison game, well, you have a matchup, a big matchup of a Big Ten school versus an ACC school. This will be used in the college football playoff criteria.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. To the ground with the back. Found a little space, and he's got 4 to the 35. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all offseason, so they better be ready to bring it today, Dave.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build
all kinds of running room. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. The Ducks come to the line with a new set of downs. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. The give to the back. Relying on the run, he gets a couple before he's knocked down. Ball's at the 13. Well, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Trying to pick it up on the ground. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stops.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
What a first quarter for this offense. A chance to score again on 1st and goal. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line. No farther than that. No gain on the play.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some back.
Touchdown, Oregon! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board.
Man, this offense has started the season off so good. 1-0 a week ago, right? Now building on it again. Great job putting points on the board. It's still the first half, but this unit looks dialed in.
And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. North Carolina State has it back on the offense, headed to the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistake.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
Those are hard for offensive linemen when they get beat. You're going, no, look out for your blind side. Watch out. But they had a great job rushing the quarterback, getting him on the ground, and getting the football out. A little extra bonus.
Touchdown, Ducks! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 28-0. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Maybe they learned something from their opening script of plays, David, but other than that, this has been an abject disaster. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
You got to be impressed with this defense early in this game, guys. They've got a big lead because they are getting after the quarterback. They've already generated multiple sacks. They thought coming into this game they could take advantage of this offensive line, and that game plan is working to perfection.
Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. Well, he made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back, but, man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a spin move. I need something.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. He'll start this drive firing. Fires deep toward the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Oregon. He can find the end zone. Now 60 career touchdown catches.
I mean, that is just silly that this guy is always finding ways to get in the end zone. Like, you know they want to take him away. He is the focal point. 60 touchdowns, you know they're going to throw it to him. Palmer keeps making plays.
And, David, throughout his career, we've seen defenses try everything to stop this guy. They bracketed him, double coverage, man coverage, zone coverage. It doesn't matter. He's the ultimate weapon. 60 touchdown catches is so good.
North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
That last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Wide out in motion. Dropping back, it's Brooks. Tight end finds a soft spot. On the move at the 30. And that is a nifty bit of navigation to get through that traffic and get the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Leaves it with the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at second down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense.
And the quarterback bought some time, but not enough. Down he goes with the sack. Wideouts all wadded up in a bunch. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. This is a 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And the 3rd down pass is incomplete.
Wow, that quarterback is lucky there. If you're going to take a chance like that on 3rd down in your end of the field, you better be right, because that should have been picked and returned for a touchdown. This offense is lucky now they're getting a chance to punt this ball away.
And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing.
Looking deep. And he'll make the catch at the 15. That is just a gargantuan play as he has it all the way down to the 12. They say it's still a game of field position, and that last one just flipped this baby. They've got it 1st and 10 in the red zone. And he really wanted to get the touchdown there, but it's incomplete. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Looking to buy time. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Going for 6. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. Looking for more room. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position. Never a good time for a turnover, but it always seems a little worse when you're about to knock on the door of the end zone.
No doubt about it. And it's this area of the field, Reese, where your execution really has to be great. Because down in...
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover. He spent his whole career in the backfield, now 40 career sacks.
That is absolutely insane. A guy that can get to the quarterback that much. You know where he's at, Palmer. He's on the end of the line of scrimmage most of the time. You're pointing to him. There's the guy we got to make sure that doesn't make the play, and he gets to the quarterback time and time again.
There are very few players, I think, in college football, David, that you need to know where they line up each.
Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. And the Ducks want to pick up the tempo. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Touch pass on the run. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the 1st down. They were unfazed by that earlier 4th down failure and will try for a 2nd time in this one. Throws to the wideout. It's incomplete, but here comes the flag, and I think it's going to be a 1st down.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. He's going to pass. Lets it go to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Ducks! This guy's putting the Oregon offense on his shoulders, carrying them however you want. on the ground or through the air.
Nah, I mean, so fun to watch when you got a guy that can do this. And we've seen it with the Ducks in history, man. They've had some great ones that put their team on their shoulders. If you need me to run it, I'll run it. You need me to throw it, I can do that too.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute and you've got to lock in.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. To the air, it's Brooks. Right down the middle. Hauls it in. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be first down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. Got behind those pads and picked up 3 after the 35. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. They'll give it to the back. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
You know, that really speaks to the identity of this defense, guys. They take pride in big hits and clean tackles, but they are going to let you know they're there. And they're going to let you know for 60 minutes. I love this run defense because of the way they play the game.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Got him downfield. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down. North Carolina State defining efficiency on this drive.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. He makes a catch. And he makes a completion there. Set up and in business at the 20.
Nice job by the quarterback and receiver working the curl route. Receiver got his depth, and he fought back to the football, helping make that completion a whole lot easier.
They'll leave it with him. Not a lot there. Picks up 1 inside the 20 to the 19.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job gang tackling because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
Pushing ahead, a tough run. Picks up 4 and it's down at the 15. They want to continue this long drive. 9th play coming. It's 3rd and 5. Back to pass, it's Brooks. Lets it fly. And he was trying to cash in the end zone in this red zone threat, but it's incomplete.
Well, on 3rd and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on 4th down.
Splits the uprights right down the middle. Let's not say they cut into the guns of that field goal. Maybe just, tweaked a little bit of it away with their fingernail. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Get some work done there. Pick up a 4 to the 22. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. The RPO, fire complete to the left. Tackled, but he has a first down. This guy is just wearing them out. Another first down, already has a couple of touchdowns in the first half, David.
He has been a problem for this defense. And if I'm this offense, I'm going to continue to feature him. He's winning his matchups. I'm going to find him. It's just the first half, and he's already had himself a full game's worth of stats.
Throws for the tight end. A strike downfield. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. The Ducks will snap it on 1st and 10. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there. The Ducks are in the hurry-up. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And he tried to make something happen with his feet, but they stopped him short, and it'll bring up a 4th down. Offense lining up quickly. As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. On 4th down, trying to find his man. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon. Getting set for the point after. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. So a drive there of 82 yards. And they finish it by firing one in from the 13 for the score. On the move from inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To throw, it's Brooks. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. He'll pull it down and run.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Pocket starts to collapse. Got it set up on the outside. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense. Let's go! He's looking to throw it. Feeling some heat. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. Quick completion on the out route. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. When you've already sent your punter out 4 times, at least he knows he's going to get his varsity letter, and his leg might get a bigger workout if they don't convert. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. He'll try to field the punt and see if he can give his offense better field position. He'll get it out to about the 20-yard line, and that's where they'll mark him down. On 1st down, here comes this offense. Might be looking to run. It's complete on the right side. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. The quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. And the Ducks come to the line in the hurry-up. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. The offense will quickly use a timeout. With a 1st down, they'll snap it from the 32. He's going up top. And it's caught at the 10. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Ducks! Ready to try the point after. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish things off with a big play, 68 yards on the touchdown pass. Kickoff team is on the field. They'll try to drive this one deep. Let's see what he can do with the return. He's got great speed. This guy makes you hold your breath when he gets the football in his hands, and that last line of the coverage team, the only thing that stopped him from housing it. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Grabbed on the outside, it's Gore. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Looking to pass, it's Brooks. Deep shot for the end zone. Incomplete. They took a shot to wrap up the half and came up empty. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, time for everyone to take a deep breath and digest what we just saw in Raleigh. And it'd be easy to say these two offenses are glad we've hit halftime based on their respective performances. It would also be accurate. Turnovers and sacks have told the story so far. And you gotta believe the play calling has been the issue, right? Time to shred those game plans and just get back to basics. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas in Carter Finley Stadium.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. The Ducks will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. Returner will field it and try to get some field position. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Nothing went right in that first half, and the first order of business here. Try not to be embarrassed any further.
But the comeback is possible. Remember 2006, Michigan State down 35 to Northwestern at halftime? They somehow came back and won the game. But it all starts on one play, and that has to happen here on this first drive for the offense.
Yeah, the first possession, because your possessions, you're only going to get so many possessions, and you've got to score on every single one of them. Offense, defense, special teams have to play out of their mind, but they have to believe.
They'll line up for a second down play. They'll try the run. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physical. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
Coming after him. And that ball is picked off. Bringing it back. He steps out of bounds, but not only does he get the ball back, what a return to set up his offense.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always, always remember your first. They'll always remember this moment.
Kept it on the ground on first down. Let's see what they do on second. He's looking to throw. Getting some heat. And the pass is incomplete, but the flag flies, and there was a lot of early contact there. There's a difference between being physical and pass interference, and that was way over the line. As a defense, you hate to let them move the chains on a penalty, but that's what they did. It's 1st and 10. Got some room headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Oregon! And the punishment has been extended.
In the end zone.
And with the extra point, the... bigger. They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone.
63, NC State.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Set to kick this one away.
The returner will field it and try to do some business. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. North Carolina State has it back on the offense, headed to the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
Open the drive with a chunk play out past the 40, and they are in business on first down. Wants to throw. It's Brooks. Swings it out to his running back. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Let's see what they've got on second down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the right. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep. Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. A little screen to the running back.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they...
Going over the top. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive player right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. They're setting up the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. The give to the right. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. The Ducks in the hurry up. Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. And he's got it inside the 15-yard line. Touchdown, Ducks! And the route is on.
That is exactly what you want from your quarterback. Hanging in there, letting the route... Throwing the football down the field while you're getting hit, and the receiver does the rest and runs into the end zone for the touchdown.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more predictable. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
Man, this poor quarterback, he's got no time. You got to protect your quarterback. You got to find different ways to do it. Sometimes it's not working with 4 wide receivers. Maybe you bring in a couple tight ends. Go max protection, more guys blocking, less guys in route. But you got to find something to have success.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Now on 3rd and 10, if they can move the chains here, maybe they can get this drive started. Looking to throw, it's Brooks. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Wolfpack will have to bring the punt team onto the field. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are.
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's a way to make a stand. He goes out of bounds, but what a play to create a sudden change opportunity. 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. You got to take care of the ball, but there is room to take a shot here. The give from the gun. At the 10, he's got room. Oh, look out, there he goes. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
What a run, man. I tell you what, it's hard to pop runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed, getting out in the open field, can take it the distance on every play, defenses are scared out of their mind.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
Wrestled to the ground after picking up the 1st down. And this junior loves to show off that big arm. NC State at the line with a 1st and 10. Running back goes in motion. And that's a very productive 1st down play in bringing up 2nd and 3.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the 1st down.
I love when players understand situations, and they understand where the 1st down marker is, and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that 1st down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
In search of their first touchdown of the game, they are on the move with a 1st and 10. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Trying to get to it. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Let's see if they go back to the air on 2nd down. The give to the tailback. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. He'll throw on 3rd down. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And listen, on 3rd and 1, I'm bringing so many bodies near the line of scrimmage thinking you're going to run the football. But guess what? Now when I got all those bodies near the line of scrimmage, they're already there. I'm blitzing. I'm bringing pressure. I'm getting you on the ground.
Splits the uprights. It's good. And the field goal is good. They get 3 on the board, but it really doesn't matter much in terms of the deficit. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy look.
He's got it down the right side. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosion.
He caught it. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. And the Ducks want to move quickly.
1st and goal, Oregon.
Trying to bully their way in. Touchdown, Oregon! And the beatdown has ensued. Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
That makes the score Oregon 77, NC State.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
Nice job getting outside, right? Those running backs, they get on those tracks, they run outside. Now they're in the open field. It's so tough. Those safeties are flying down, try to get an angle, but you could tell the speed sets them up, makes the big play out to the left.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. It's Brooks. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds.
You want to have a lot of success on defense? Make the quarterback feel uncomfortable. This defense has been doing it time and time again, and you can tell this quarterback doesn't have a prayer.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Have a day, young fella. 2 interceptions already? That's 3, 4, 5, 6 games for some people. A hot start, catching the football. He's acting like he's playing wide receiver out there. I might think about trying a different DB.
Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. The run to the left. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. Open space at the 25. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds.
1st and goal, Oregon.
And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. He'll set up to throw. Quarterback now breaking the field. Nobody open, he just throws it away, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. And the defense knocks him down immediately behind the line.
The defense has their hands full trying to stop this guy in the slot. They're going to have to figure something out to bracket him, try and get 2 bodies around him, maybe get some safety help as well, because right now, they do not have the answer for this guy.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. They've already put this game in a hammerlock, and now they'll go for the submission hold on 4th and goal. Dances away to buy time. And he gets rid of it, throws it away on 4th down. Why? NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. He wants to throw. Dumps it off in the flats.
And they're throwing the swing pass to the back, just trying to get him the ball in space to see if he can make people miss. That time, though, the defense, nice job with the tackle.
2nd and 10 from their own 10. Looking for a man. It's Brooks. He finds his man. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. A new set of downs after the completion. He'll come out throwing on first down. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback in this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Trying to make magic with his feet. They get him on the ground. Didn't see anything downfield, but made a little something out of it.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Slips a tackle. And he just throws it away. That is not what you're looking for on 3rd down, 4th down coming up. Looks as if NC State will have to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Slips through the line. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play.
Ball in the air, intercepted! And he will step out of bounds, but what a play to get the ball back for his offense.
Obviously, this game hasn't gone the way they would have liked, but coaches are always looking for positive moments and things that you can build on. How about that young man going out, getting an interception? Yeah, they're being blown out. They're probably not going to win this football game, but that is the type of play that as a coaching staff you can build on for next week's game.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close, and when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through them, and guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
Slant routes, they're good against man coverage, but they're good against zone coverage too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, you'll take that throw all day.
He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. He's got an open man. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an
Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. Takes it the other way. He's at the 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Ducks! The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. That last pick 6 after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean, such a big play. I mean, they gave up some yards, but did what they're supposed to do. Now, Jesse, this offense has to put a drive together.
Yeah, they have to recapture some momentum here. What they can't do is go through.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
And when I got a stud quarterback like they do, I'm going to protect him. I'm going to make sure that I keep him upright because he can do some serious damage. But this defense applying pressure and applying the hammer in this football game.
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
And this defense came to play. They know about the high-profile QB. They rose to the challenge and dominated the competition today. They took care of business, and they made no doubt about.
And his 5th interception of the game. A miracle they haven't pulled him yet. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passed, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, the defense finally able to make a play, getting a tackle for loss. They haven't had many of those today because this running back really has answered the bell. They knew coming in they were going to have to give him the football, force feed it to him, and let him go to work. He's done that. Well over 100 yards rushing in this game, and the defense just has not had the answers consistently for him.
Got enough space. Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
This guy's been special today. Coming into this one, they thought they had an opportunity really to get him going, running the football, and he has delivered. You've seen the speed, the vision, his ability to break tackles. Well over 100 rushing yards in this game, and that's why they have a nice lead here late.
NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
Well, they dial up a pass play there on 1st down, and how about the quarterback there? Buys time. He's outside. He's looking for people to get open on the scramble drill, but there's nothing happening, and it's just a really quick decision to decide to take off and go.
And they got him. He'll get him down for the sack.
Not one, but 2 sacks on the day, and possibly more to come. Still time left in this football game, and this is a beatdown. You know all passes are coming. This offensive line better do a better job.
They'll try to put it in drive this time on 2nd down from the 22. Back to throw, it's Brooks. Blasted as he lets it go. Knocked off his feet. Live by the blitz, get hit with a chunk play on the blitz too, especially if you're man up on that dude.
And you know what? You lose some battles, especially to receivers like this who are so elite. You're going to lose some of those, but I'm still going to be aggressive.
And the quarterback is snowed under.
It's pretty obvious. This defense came into this one knowing they were going to have to play a complete game until there were zeros on the clock, especially against this quarterback. You cannot take your foot off the gas, and that's exactly what they're doing here. Late in the 4th quarter, they're still bringing it, and they get another sack.
They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
Man, that D-tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs. The Ducks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Just steamrolling his way through. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. The Ducks are rolling down the field.
Offenses ice football games in the 4th quarter by running the football, and that's what these guys are trying to do right now, right? We're going to bleed the clock. We're going to stay on the field. It doesn't matter if the defense knows we're running it. They cannot stop us, and they're looking pretty impressive right now doing it.
They'll run it. They want to take their time here. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Offense tries to go RPO and hand off to the running back, but how about the defense up front? They're just too stout. They're not getting moved anywhere, and they're able to make a big-time play.
They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it 1st and goal.
Really been impressed by the balance we've seen from this offense so far in the game, but I think you got to give a lot of the credit to the running game because it's been able to freeze these defenses, help set up play action. They've been physical at the point of attack. I think that really has been the key force for this offense so far, having the success they've had.
looking for a man. It's Brooks. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
And because the receiver was able to drive back to the QB on that curl route against man coverage, he was able to create a little bit of separation between him and the defender, and that was a big key in getting that first down.
Going up top on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Tip ball, put it up for grabs, and I thought he had it, but somehow it slithered through his fingers.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
I think in this situation, 2 minutes, trailing late, I think you got to be throwing to the sticks every time. I don't know if these short completions are going to get it done. You're just not going to have enough time to get down the field. So from a play calling standpoint, I think you want to think about being...
And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line.
And this offense has got to kick it in high gear now. Making a big play, that is great, but we got to go up-tempo. We got to go fast. We're trailing big in this ball game. We got to put a lot of drives together and maybe even get lucky with an onside kick.
Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. NC State now operating from the red zone. They're trying to get to it. Here comes the rush, and they've got it wrapped up at the 28.
And man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm.
Fires toward the end zone. And it's caught for a touchdown. They're going to play this one through to the end, but this is pretty much window dressing.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Final minute. This game's on ice. They can take a knee and run out the clock.
This offense has to feel great with how they're able to go out, execute, and perform big plays all game long. I think it's sending a statement, too, to future defenses down the road on the schedule. They're going to be tough to contend with.
Yeah, I mean, they got firepower, putting up so many points. This thing is easily over. Now they can just chillax, go back to the locker room, know they're going to get the victory.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. And the Ducks moving quickly to the line. It'll be a run on 3rd and short. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. The timeout stops the clock with 10 seconds to play. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. They get the timeout call with 7 seconds left on the clock. They got nothing on the last play at 2nd and 10. Power football with the run. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. From the gun, the ground game. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Hold it. Offense.
They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. Winning can become a habit. Now they've won back-to-back